friends, a smattering of law is not enough. You must know your rights. Did you know it was against the law to take a photograph in a public park? Of course you didn't. You don't know that and a million other things, that it took 100 long years to put down into 16 volumes. Why, it's an opportunity I'm offering you, gentlemen, an opportunity of a lifetime, a chance to get a head full of knowledge for a handful of pennies. And I'm going to start them off with the infinitesimally small sum of $10, just 1/10 part of a century note. Come, $10, gentlemen. Do I hear 10? $10, gentlemen. Now, who'll make it 15? Come, now, do I hear 15?
15?
$15 now. What charming lady and gentlemen out in front. We'll make this 16 and a half. $16.50, ladies and gentlemen, for this exquisite set. Sold at $16.50.
No,
Sold at a great buy, too. Probably the best buy you've ever made. What?
I don't want these heavy books. I've got a book.
It's the high spot of the afternoon, a real bargain if you ever saw one. 3 and a half for this beautiful bird bath. I want you to look at this. A man of your intellectual capacity will realize the inherent value of this beautiful bird bath. $4.50. $4.50. Do I hear 5? Sold to the gentleman for $5. Well, there you are. How was that for a good afternoon's work?
Why, you sap, that check's no good.
No good?
Certainly not. Don't you know who this guy is? That's Colonel Trivers of Trivers Chopped Chicken Livers. He spends all his time buying things in auction shops and paying for them by check.
Well, there's the check.
Yeah, but his check is no good unless his secretary signs it, too.
Well,
You're an ex-employee.
Oh, Gabby doesn't work here anymore.
It's off because it's out. Now you see it, now you don't. Treats dirt like a mother-in-law. Makes old clothes look like glue. There you are, my dear man. No more stuff than a butterball. Try it on your coat's best pants for mother-in-law. It's off, gone and forgotten, folks. It's sure death to spots. As people do. And rub it up. I would one of us. I'll bring the brothers to make an handicap on the level. The genuine spot of Dr. Chance removes everything. Try it on your coat. Here, Blondie. You supply the spot, I'll supply the spotter. There you are.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Don't give it a thought, dear lady, don't give it a thought. Watch spotto work. My friends, see spotto, the wonder of the age. Thus, we pour a little spotto like this, and then rub it out. Why, with one bottle of spotto, Ringley Brothers could make an alley cat out of a leopard. Children cry for it, cleaners die for it. There you are, it's off because it's out. 2 bits, and the bottle is yours to have and to hold.
Thank you.
I thank you, and you'll thank me when you come to use it.
Is it any good for Freckles?
Freckles, measles, mumps, and scarlet fever, madam.
I'll have one.
That man is here again.
Nice day, officer.
You ain't taking credit for that, are you?
Yes, well, I'm off to the hound.
Come on, move on, please. Get out of here.
What's the idea? I've got this cab.
Well, if this isn't a break. Mae West as I live and breathe.
Mae West? No kidding. Do you think I look like Mae West?
Do I think you look like her? Why? Surely you're not going to tell me that you're not.
Oh, no. I'm just a poor little working girl.
A working girl? What? Where do you work?
Oh, I work for Colonel Trivers of the Trivers Chicken Livers.
Not my old friend, the Little Colonel.
Yes.
The sponsor of the Trivers Livers radio broadcast. Why, I couldn't go to sleep at night if I didn't tune into one of his programs.
That's what I say. They put me to sleep, too.
Hey, Smitty, you can't go in there now.
Why not?
Little Napoleon's rehearsing a radio broadcast.
What? Again?
And you will hardly believe it, but I am now tall and muscular and sunburnt. At least I'm sunburnt in the summer. Trivers chopped chicken livers come right from the chicken to you. They are put up in cans, as you can see. Because it's easier to keep track of them that way. Now, how was that for a broadcast, Mr. Mattiacci?
That's no good.
No?
Everybody's got a liver,
That's no news. This is how she should go. Hello, everybody. Are you all listening? You all know what he is, the liver. You all got a liver, huh? Well, your liver, she's no good. Trevor's liver, she's good. Se avete fette vostri figli e la vostra famiglia, usate Trevor's livers. That's how she should go.
Surprise.
Well, well, if it isn't the old colonel himself.
You know Mr. Gabney, Bunny Winnie.
Gabney? Oh, the bird bath, man.
Mr. Gabney is a great radio announcer. He told me so himself. And you know I can pick talent, Bunny Winnie.
Mr. Mafiachi was just helping me with my radio program.
That's what's wrong with your programs, Colonel Trivers. What you need is more youth in your livers.
You mean the old pepper?
You're a very lucky man, Colonel. A very lucky man. Why, your troubles are over. When I handle your liver, I'll bring home the bacon. The great Gabney got here just in time.
Hello, WGAB. Miss Kelton? There you are. Mr. Norton is expecting you. Go right in. Who do you want to see?
Who is that?
We're singers. And good. We want an audition.
I'll bet you do.
We're Mince, Pince, and Blintz.
I'm Prince.
I'm Mince. I'm Blintz.
Boom, 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 boom. Hold that tiger. Hold that tiger.
He's not in.
On me, boys. Good morning.
Did you want to see somebody?
Why, somebody wants to see me.
What is it you want?
What is it I want? Why, the president of this institution is probably sitting on the end of his chair this minute waiting for me. Her name is Gabney, Philip Gabney. The Philip Gabney. Is the name familiar?
No, but the matter is. Mr. Norton is expecting you. Go right down the corner.
Thank you.
Oh, look, I got it. Listen to this. I'm practically all set. Now, listen. What's that sound like?
It sounds like the 9th time this morning you've asked me that.
Hello. Would you listen? What does that sound like?
Two woodpeckers flying through a sandstorm.
It sounds like two pieces of sandpaper being rubbed together.
Oh, all right. Never mind. I'll figure it out myself.
What would you call that?
That's the sound effects man.
It doesn't look sound to me.
They all get that way.
Yeah? Now, don't go away, honey. I'll be right out.
That's what I think.
Well, shall we toss a coin for it?
Say, haven't I seen you someplace before?
Well, probably. I get around.
You know what I mean. Oh, I know. You're the spotto man.
Uh-uh. What a memory.
What a spot remover.
Well, honey, don't tell me that spotto didn't remove the spot.
Remove the spot. Remove practically everything with my underwear.
Well, as a matter of fact, I didn't think so much of it myself. That's why I'm going into this racket.
This racket?
Yes, sir. I'm on my way to see President Norton this minute. Why, you're looking at the future master of ceremonies of the famous Trivers Rivers program. Great racket, this radio.
Well, if it isn't, it will be when you get into it.
Why, it's the industry of the future. Stick around, honey. I may be able to do something for you on radio.
Thanks.
I'll only be a minute, so, don't go away, cutie, huh? Not bad.
The Colonel seems to think that you'll be a great asset on this program.
The Colonel's a very smart man.
Colonel Trivers spends nearly $1 million a year on the air.
I know it, President. I know it. I'll make Trivers Livers live. Yes, I'll put Trivers Livers on the plate of everybody with an earshot.
There, didn't I tell you?
Mr. Gabney sold me a bird bath.
And he hasn't got a bird. That just goes to show you.
Yeah, but I've got a bird now, a very cute little bird. But she don't seem to want to take a bath.
Quite. Now, Mr. Gabney, I've sent your manuscript down to the program department to be edited and okayed. And if you'll stop and see Kelton, the program editor...
I'm on my way, Mr. Norton. I'm on my way. Colonel Trivers, this is your lucky day.
Well, spotto again.
Well, as I live and breathe. Henry, why didn't you tell me you worked here?
Well, why didn't you ask me?
Say, I'm going to have a long talk with you. Just as soon as I come back. I'm looking around for the program director. Is he here?
Oh, I'm very much afraid the program director doesn't like your script.
The program, he doesn't like my script. Say, that lame brain so-and-so, where is that guy?
I'm the guy.
You mean you're Kelton?
In person.
Well, what do you mean you don't like my script? Well, I wrote that myself.
Maybe that's what's wrong with it.
Say, listen here, I guess you don't know who I am. I'm Gabney, Philip Gabney. Well, I've got more degrees than you can find in a thermometer. I can make the English language sit down, roll over, and jump through that. And you're going to tell me how to write? Ho, ho, ho.
Would you change $5, mister?
All right, honey, you win. I couldn't change my shirt if it was wash day.
Well, that's better. Now maybe I can help you with this thing.
My fate is in your hands. Oh, now, I'll be good. Honest, I will.
All right, pull up a chair.
Swell.
I can't understand how I ever got an ink stain back there.
You don't have to worry. It's as good as out right now. There, that spot will never show anymore.
Thanks, that's swell.
And it's only a quarter.
Gee, I never knew they had anything like this. I've only got 50 cents.
That's all right. Take 2 bottles. Sold. Well, I guess I'll be going.
But aren't you going to wait for the big mouthpiece?
No, I just remembered I've got a date. Up, down.
Hey, come here, you. Come here.
Oh, me?
Yes, you. Come here. Do you work here?
Yes and no.
Well, make up your mind.
No.
I could use a guy like you. I'm looking for a stooge.
A stooge?
Yeah, stooge. You ever hear of Beetle and Bottle?
Oh, sure. Phil Baker works for them on the Armor Hour.
Phil Baker works for them.
Oh, sure. They're swell. But this fellow Phil Baker is terrible.
Well, I'm Phil Baker.
Have a banana?
Never mind that.
I'll eat it myself.
I'm looking for a stooge.
What's a stooge?
A guy who looks like you. Come on.
Here now. It's all written here for you. You get it?
Oh, boy, that's swell. That's great. Will I be a sensation?
You'll be a sensation and I'll be a nervous wreck.
Oh, honest, honey, you've been great. I mean it. You've been grand. Look, will you let me take you to dinner tonight?
Well, what do you use for money?
Uh-oh, I forgot all about that. Well, right after payday then, huh?
It's a date.
Swell. Okay, honey. Well, honey, here I am again. Signed, sealed, and delivered right on the dotted line. Waiting for you.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks, babe, thanks. Where's the boyfriend?
That's what I'd like to know.
My, the moths have been at you, too.
What did that sound like?
I don't know. I'm afraid to find out.
What did that sound like?
Oh, it's you again, huh? My boy, you're a genius. Can I see you alone for a moment? I'll show you a great sound effect. What did that sound like?
Just like a man being tossed through a window.
Right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Triver's Livers is on the air. This is Tom Hanlon taking great pleasure in introducing to you the new master of ceremonies of the Triver's Livers Hour, Philip Gift of Gab Gabney. Hello, Phil.
Hello, Tom.
Well, Phil, we finally landed you after all.
Yes, Tom, but it was quite a struggle.
Struggle?
Mm-hmm. You see, NBC and Columbia had a big fight over me.
Is that so?
Yep. Columbia wanted me to go with NBC, and NBC wanted me to go with Columbia.
Well, Phil, old man, you're on your own.
All right, Tom, thanks. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Phil Gabney, trying not to sound as scared as he feels, introducing Gus Arnheim and the Downey sisters. Let her go!
I ain't gonna sin no more. I ain't gonna sin no more. I'll just drink gin to keep me thin, but I ain't gonna sin no more. I ain't gonna sin no more. I ain't gonna sin no more. I'll roll my eyes for exercise, but I ain't gonna sin no more. Gonna throw one pair of loaded dice in the river right today. Gonna keep one pair just to pay the rent and to keep that big bad wolf away. But I ain't gonna sin no more. I ain't gonna sin no more. I'll kick the bone to get along, but I ain't gonna sin no more.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, that celebrated star of radio and stage, Phil Baker, in a cockeyed little comedy, proving that you don't have to be crazy to be a radio star, but it helps. The absent-minded doctor, Phil Baker. Take it away.
Come in. Oh, it's the door. Hello? Dr. Brown's office. What? You'd like to see the doctor about a bad case of gout? I'm sorry, but the doctor already has a bad case of gout. Come in.
Oh, Miss Brown, Miss Lee. What did you do with the papers on the Stanley case, eh?
Why, Doctor, I forget.
How can you be so absent-minded, Miss Lee?
I'm sorry, Professor.
See, I can't go. If that's for me, tear it up.
Hello? No, the doctor's out to lunch. Would you like to speak to him? It's for me.
For you, yeah. Hello? Mrs. Drizzle-Kisser? Yes. What? Little Willie is sick. He swallowed $50. Well, just give him some yeast and the dough will rise. I know it's old, but they laugh. Goodbye.
Hello. The doctor home?
Yes, but won't you come in anyway? What seems to be the trouble?
I can't remember.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong office.
Certainly, Doctor. Step right in.
Who are you? I don't know. I'm a stranger here myself.
Well, what about my pain?
Well, what are we going to do about it?
Well, doctor, say, oh.
Say, oh, you're a fine stooge.
Oh. Say, ah.
Ah?
Again, ah.
Would you like to take a... Say, my good fellow, how's your eyesight?
Fine. How's yours?
I think we'll give you the eye test. Mr. Droopy Hazen, the eye test, please.
Don't mind if I do.
Now, tell me, what's this?
$50.
That's right. Let's see. What you need is a thorough examination. Step behind that screen and get undressed, will you?
I think you ought to operate, Doctor.
No, I don't like to operate.
Why not?
I don't know. I guess it's because I'm an incubator baby.
An incubator baby?
Yes. You know, on Mother's Day, I always send flowers to an oil stove.
I get it. Home on the range.
Home on the range, yes. May I call you sweetheart, dearest, or honey?
Nurse to you.
Nurse to you, too.
Doctor? Doctor? I'm ready for the operation.
All ready for the operation. Let's go. Now, I'm positive you need an operation.
I feel dreadfully nervous. I never had an operation before.
Oh, you needn't be frightened, sir. Neither has the doctor.
Oh, let's see.
I say, old man, what were you before you became a doctor?
I was a head chef in a Hungarian restaurant. The anesthetic nurse, if you please.
Doctor, will the anesthetic make me sick?
Certainly not.
How long will it be before I know anything?
Aren't you expecting too much of an anesthetic?
What do you want, ether or gas?
I'll take 5 gallons of gas, and while you're at it, look at the oil.
Well, everything's ready, Doctor.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Let's go. Now then, where's my saw?
Doctor, if I may offer a suggestion, I would use a mashie on that spot.
Mashie? No, no, no. I always slice with a mashie. Now, I can't see a thing. Would you turn on the lights? Turn off the lights.
Okay, Doc.
Well, maybe I'm wrong.
You know, really, Phil Baker's not a bad guy at heart. The first thing he did after signing his radio contract was to buy his wife a washing machine, but she doesn't like it. Every time she gets in it, the paddles knock her down. And now, ladies and gentlemen...
How was that? Not so bad, eh?
Never mind that. But for a guy that's never done any broadcasting before, that Gabney's swell.
What do you mean, never did any broadcasting? Why, he's been gabbing since he was that high.
I'll bet he's getting a lot of phone calls just the same. That's what counts. Why, the first time Graham McNamee went on, he got so many phone calls, they doubled his salary.
What do you mean?
I mean, so many people phoned to tell the studio they liked him.
And they doubled his salary.
Yeah.
Hello? WGAB? I just wanted to tell you that I think this Philip Gabney is marvelous. Simply marvelous.
And now up here, the one and only Gene Austen singing Blue Sky Avenue.
When daylight meets the twilight and the sun has gone to rest, I hurry to my avenue of dreams. Each night I find them waiting, the ones I love the best, beneath the sky of blue, on Blue Sky Avenue. It's wonderful in the evening when my daily work is through, just to take that little road that leads me to Blue Sky Avenue. It's marvelous in the evening with a love you know is true, happy and contented in a dream house on Blue Sky Avenue. My Lenessa by my side, the baby on my knee. Yes, indeed, I'm satisfied. Life's been mighty good to me. Anytime in the evening, if you're feeling kind of blue, you're invited to a bit of heaven on Blue Sky Avenue.
Thank you, Gene. And now, you lovely people, this is Philip Gabney, the old gabber, bringing tonight's adventure to a close and bidding you all a friendly, fond farewell. And in conclusion, I want to dedicate tonight's program to heaven's greatest and most glorious masterpiece, to the hand that rocks the cradle, to the power behind the throne, to that great, soulful, sacrificing, self-effacing army, to women.
I don't like the sunshine, and I don't like the dew. I don't like the moonlight, never, never, I love you. I don't like bananas, and I don't like lamb stew. I don't like bologna, never, never, I love you.
WGAB, we all up here in Harlem want you to know that this here Gabney is the fondest thing we are of which. Yes, man.
I thought I was pretty good, huh? But I mean good.
Do you want to know what I really think?
Sure, I can tell you.
All right. I think it was a lot of hokum, but I'll tell you what else I think. I think the men who heard you tonight will hate your insides. But I think every woman in the country is going absolutely nuts about you.
Does that include you?
Well, I'm doing a man's work.
Oh, here it is. Philip, you were simply gorgeous.
Oh, glad you like it, sweet.
That there part about the woman, that was beautiful. It reminded me of my aunt in Kokomo County. She was a woman, too.
Come on, I've dinner planned. Let's celebrate at the Ritz.
Oh, no, it's too bad. You see, I've asked Miss Kelton to dine with me. There were a few things on the program she didn't like.
Well, there were a few things I didn't like in the program either. Come on, Bunny Wunny. Come on, dear.
punt formation, and just a minute, folks. I said he was going to kick. Marowitz kicks, and he gets off a beautiful punt to Bradley's 29-yard line. Brian takes the ball, and Brian is down his own tracks there, and there goes the gun, ladies and gentlemen, and the game's over. The score is 21 for Colfax and for Bradley 16. Oh, it was a great game, folks, filled with thrills and excitement. Both teams fought hard and fair, and I can only say that the best team won. This is your old friend, the great Gaffney, signing off, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll see you next week at the Bradley-Winston game. Oh, sorry.
What's the idea, you big clock?
Why, Bentley, is that kind of language becoming to an alumni president?
Listen, Gaffney, I never did like you anyway. And for 2 cents,
Please.
Why, you big blabbermouth.
Bar me? Well, they can't bar me. They can't stop Gaffney from broadcasting anytime, any place, or anything. I'll broadcast that game,
or the new deal's off. Now, they're not going to let you broadcast that game, and you know it.
Yeah, well, that's what they think. You take it from me. I'll be right in there on the job.
Now, I'll tell you frankly, Gaffney, that if the Colonel hadn't insisted upon you making this broadcast, I wouldn't waste another minute on you.
Will you relax? Will you sit down? Will you just put it there and keep your paws closed? I'll be there and I'll broadcast.
Yes? How?
You just leave that to good old Gaffney. And finally, here's something else for you newspaper mugs to make a note of. You boys and girls have been razzing me to death in your columns. Now, I'll take a bet for any amount that any of you want to put up that I'll not only be at that stadium tomorrow, but I'll broadcast that game. And furthermore, I'll take a sock at anyone else who calls me a name. Now, put that in your column.
Oh, wait a minute, Phil. The party's just beginning to get good.
Good for what?
Just a moment, Mr. Gaffney.
Phil, you haven't eaten a thing.
Oh, sure I have. I just had a late lunch, that's all.
You are worried, aren't you?
Worried? Why? What have I got to be worried about?
The game tomorrow. I don't think there's a chance of your broadcasting it.
Of course there is. Well, I told you I had that late. Well, you believe me, don't you?
Sure. Again?
Oh, what's the use of pretending? I can't fool you, honey. I give up.
I know.
I thought of everything. Everything. And I thought I was so smart. Well, now I'm sunk. But I've got to think of something. I've got to. They've dared me to broadcast that game tomorrow, and I've got to. If I don't, it's curtains, that's all.
You know, if you'd only let all this go to your heart instead of your head.
But what am I going to do? That's what I got to find out. What am I going to do?
Well, even if you do find a way, you're going to be so potted by tomorrow morning you won't know the difference between a microphone and a knothole.
Oh, honey, you don't seem to understand. I'm going nuts, I tell you. 100 million people are going to laugh me out of this radio record if I can't think of something. And there's only... Baby!
Okay, here are your tickets right here. And these are yours.
Thanks. Well, I wish you good luck.
There is no other kind.
Happy landing.
Say, that's a pretty thing. Where'd you get it?
There's plenty more where that come from, boss. Do you want it?
Yeah, sure. Here you are, sweetheart.
All for you.
I'd rather have a red one.
Pipe down, dumbbell. You're blind.
Oh, I forgot.
Come on, boys.
Wait a minute. No, you don't.
Don't what?
You don't get in here.
And why not?
You're Gaffney, ain't you?
The great Gabby to you.
Well, that way out to you.
I guess you don't know who this gentleman is.
No, I guess you don't.
You'll both get in here over our dead body. Very well. Oh, officer!
Oh, hello, Mr. Gaffney.
Officer, you're undoubtedly conversant with the law.
Yeah, I should be.
I wish to call your attention to Section 3, Part 12, Paragraph 16, having to do with public exhibitions.
Yeah.
I have here 3 tickets for this public exhibition. They have been bought and paid for with cash. These gentlemen tell me I'm barred. Tell them, officer.
Nothing doing, gents. This is a public exhibition. That's the law. You can't bar anybody that buys a ticket.
Brilliant fellow.
All right, you're in. But you can't buy any tickets that'll allow you to broadcast.
And if you go near that broadcasting booth, you're out.
Calm yourselves, gentlemen. Calm yourselves. I'm going in solely as a spectator. Thank you, officer. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Come, Colonel.
think he'll get in, Graham?
I don't know. If he does, it'll be a miracle. Well, will you look at that?
Yeah, right on the 50-yard line.
That guy's a Houdini.
Well, you comfortable, Colonel?
Yes, I'm all right, I guess. I think my shoelace is untied.
Huh? Well, it's practically tied. There you are. You feel better now?
That's fine. Thank you very much. That was very nice of you to do that.
Higher!
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen of the radio audience? This is Graham McNamee speaking to you from station WGAB and bringing to you, through the courtesy of the Trivers Chopped Chicken Livers Company, the 33rd Annual Bradley Winston Classic. Question on the tongue of every sport-loving man and woman in America for the past week has been whether or not Philip Gabney, the man with the gift of gab, would broadcast today's game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Philip Gabney is going to broadcast today's classic. Defying Bradley authorities and an army of special police and alert guards, Philip Gabney will describe today's opus to you in that vivid detail from Bradley's own stadium. And is Bradley's face red? Take it away, Philip Gabney.
Well, folks, hold on to your seats. This will go down in history as the greatest event of all time. Not only does this broadcast come to you through the courtesy of Trivers Livers, but also through the sagacity, ingenuity, and death-defying nerve of your old friend Gabney the Great. In the face of tremendous odds and peril, Gabney is broadcasting this Winston Bradley game. Oh, it's a great day, folks. The stands are packed with howling fans. Both teams are lined up for the kickoff. And the Bradley authorities who said I couldn't do it are eating their fingernails to their elbows. All right, Bradley's going to receive.
I can't understand how you can broadcast to a chrysanthemum.
Gabby's got that all figured out.
But don't you see, he's got a lapel microphone set into it. Last night, the boys ran a wire down from the control booth to their seats.
A lapel microphone? Gabney would think of that.
Wouldn't he, though?
He's got a great bean on him, all right.
Yeah, size of a watermelon.
And he gets off a beautiful boot to Bradley's 10-yard line. Jarvis is under it.
No, not Jarvis. Patterson.
Ixnay on the Atkin tray. You're supposed to be blind. No, it's a pass. It's a pass. It's a long pass. Oh, it's a beauty, and it's completed. And Patterson's off 20, 30, 45 yards. And he's down on the 15-yard line. Oh, that was a beautiful pass. And...
I thought you was blind.
I can't see a thing.
Well, Bradley looks like a different team today, folks. They're playing a great game. And there's the gun, and it's all over, folks. It's all over with the shouting. Bradley 14, Winston 7. And this is your old pal, the greater Gallo, the fellow they couldn't keep away, saying so long and reminding you that a Trivers liver on the table is worth 2 on the wing.
For all the egotists that I've ever heard, he may be an egotist, all right, but he certainly got in, didn't he? He's on the job, all right. Only, well, after this, you mark my words, there'll be no living with him.
Go ahead, I'm not coming, Pat.
Where you going?
I got a date with a new contract.
Well, I wonder what's keeping the boyfriend now.
You don't mean what? You mean who?
It's after 8 and I'm starving.
Probably a lot of traffic coming down after the game.
Well, I'm still starving.
Oh, hello.
Hello yourself.
Where's the boyfriend?
Who? The windbag.
Bill.
Oh, him.
No. Not him. 2 other fellas.
Well, he's to,
You ought to take a memory course.
he had to stop off and see a fella on the way down.
About a music lesson, I suppose, huh?
No kidding. Somebody from the radio station grabbed him just as we were leaving the field.
Yeah, that's right. That's just what he told me. He said he was going to see somebody right after the game.
You two ought to do a sister act in vaudeville.
But when I go out with Bunny, I have to furnish all the excitement.
Well, he'll have to furnish me with more dough if he expects me to do any more broadcasting for him.
You let little Margot worry about that.
Say, where is little Moonpuss anyway?
Oh, he's waiting for me at the Ritz.
tic-tac-toe tournament in Kokomo County once.
Well, chess is my game.
Well, are you very busy?
Well, certainly. Is there something you'd like?
I would like somebody to talk to.
Why, of course.
What is your name, Mr.
McDougal. John P. McDougal.
Well, I'm very glad to know you, Mr. McDougal. I knew a man named John once.
Well, it's a small world.
Hello, Bro Brummel.
Meaning what?
You're a sap to stand up a girl like Barbara.
That was no stand-up. That was business.
Maybe that's the word the Greek said for it.
I said it was business and was. I don't mean monkey business. You want to get anywhere in this world, Pat, you've got to play every card in the deck. And I'm playing them all. I've been broke most of my life. Now I've got a chance. Barbara ought to understand that. Well, I guess she isn't home.
I'm thinking she wouldn't answer if she was.
You mean she saw because I broke that date?
Well, women are funny that way.
Well, okay, if that's the way she feels about it. Sap.
There it is in black and white. You listen to me, you pork and beaner. You take the bows and I take the insults. It's about time you got wise to yourself. You can thank me for every line of publicity you ever got. Where do you get off telling them you're too busy to be interviewed? I stay up nights thinking of ways of getting your tits on the front page. And you're bored. Well, you bore me too, see?
Who's boring who?
Ah, good morning.
Hello, honey.
Well, I mean, it looked like a good morning to me.
My, what an effusive greeting.
Oh, sit down, Sugar. Oh. What do you know, Colonel?
Well, my bird Gertrude hasn't used her bird bath yet, but this morning she went in wading.
Well, what about your broadcast? You'd better get going.
I'm not going to broadcast.
You're not going to broadcast?
Nope.
Oh, but you've got to, Phil. You can't let the Colonel down like that.
But you've got to think of my liver.
Oh, think of your own liver.
I told Norton this morning that unless he kicked through with the dough I want, I'm washed up, and I'm not kidding. No new contract, no broadcast. That's that.
And that is that?
Exactly.
You mean you want more money?
Exactly.
He wants more money.
But you can't do that, Phil. Why, if it weren't for the Colonel here, you wouldn't be where you are today. You can't let him down that way.
Who can't let who down? Say, who put Trevor's livers on the map anyway? And now they want me, the great Gaffney, to broadcast this, that, and the other thing for a punk $1,500 a week. Say, McNamee gets that.
She's right, Gabby. No fooling. Argue with him next week, but...
Listen, egghead. There are half a dozen things I'm getting tired of, and you're all of them.
All right. I've tried to help you, but you're just a loud, false alarm. You let everybody down. You let me down one of these days, only I won't be around to let you do it. Don't broadcast. Just be a heel. That's easy for you.
Oh, now listen, honey.
I've listened to you for months. You make my ears ache.
Oh, I know just the thing for an earache.
Get my hat and coat.
I don't like bananas, and I don't like ham stew.
I don't like baloney. Trevor's liver, I love you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Trevor's Livers is on the air. This is your old friend Phil Gaffney introducing the Queen of Harlem, the hit of that hit show as thousands cheer, Miss Ethel Waters, supported by the Beale Street Boys.
Good people, members of this congregation, old man Rivers waiting for me. Good people, gonna get me some salvation, gonna wash my sins away. Hallelujah, hear me say, I ain't gonna sin no more. Ain't gonna sin no more. I'll drink my gin just to keep me thin, but I ain't gonna sin no more. Ain't gonna sin no more. You hear me talking, stop tempting me, you rascal, you. But I ain't gonna sin no more. Gonna throw one pair of loaded dice in the river right today. Gonna keep one pair of loaded dice to pay my rent and keep the wolf away. But I ain't gonna sin no more. I ain't gonna sin no more. I just have my fun like anyone, but I ain't gonna sin no more.
But I ain't gonna sin no more. I ain't gonna sin no more. I'll have my fun like everyone, but I ain't gonna sin no more.
And here's Gabney again, folks. Gabney the old gabber, inviting you to take a quick trip to Hollywood. All right, toss a can of Trevor's Livers in your old kit bag, and we're off. Are you ready, pilot? Let her go. Airplane effect. Airplane effect. All right, we went by boat. And here we are in Hollywood, where a blood-curdling murder mystery will be presented to you by Hollywood's most famous stars.
Who screamed?
I did. Look.
I didn't hear anybody scream.
Scream for Kelly.
He's dead.
What's the first thing to do in a murder case?
Find a corpse.
That's the corpse.
What do you know about this?
Nothing.
Nothing, huh?
Then how do you know that's the corpse?
Oh, I've known him for 5 years.
You hear that, Doyle? He's been dead for 5 years.
Nice work, Kelly.
Now, let me think. What would Philo Vance do in a case like this?
Well, Philo Vance would ask the witness where she was on the night of June 13th.
Go ahead. Ask her.
I was not.
Somebody killed him.
How do you know?
We're detectives, aren't we?
Oh.
We gotta find a clue.
Yeah, we gotta find a clue. Hey, there's a clue.
That's not a clue. That's a closet.
Nice work, Kelly.
What time is it? 6:27 and a half. That's right.
We got to find a clue.
Aha! What's that? What's the cat doing in the birdcage?
Oh, he went in there for his lunch.
That's pretty. Nice work, Kelly.
Speak to me, darling. Speak to me.
Ah, what good would that do?
Who are you?
I am Lottie Von Pepper.
That's Lottie Von Pepper.
Nice work, Kelly.
How are you, Pete?
You know, this looks like the Phantom's work to me.
Say, what about the Phantom? What's he look like?
Well, he's a tall guy with long gray hair and a black cape coat and a high silk hat.
What size hat?
I don't know.
This is gonna be tough.
Aha! Mabel, Oxford 8345.
8346.
I'd like a match, please.
This is a fine time to be laughing. He wouldn't have made it anyway.
Nice work, Kelly. And now it's that sweet singer of sweet songs, Ruth Etting. And remember, folks, this program was made possible for you by the good little Colonel, the man behind the can. That genial little gent who has discovered that one liver in the can is worth two in the goose.
No, chicken.
I beg your pardon, chicken. And now, Miss Ruth Etting.
I haven't heard a word from you since the day we parted, since the day you said we're through. I haven't done a single thing since the day we parted. I only grieve and make believe, talking to myself, talking to myself. Every night I tell you how much I adore you, but I'm talking to myself. You're so far away, I've so much to say. Every night I keep repeating, dear, I love you, but I'm talking to myself. I tell each little daisy all about the things we've planned. Say my friends all think that I'm crazy, but they don't understand. Talking to myself, talking to myself. Every night I tell you how much I adore you, but I'm talking to myself.
So don't let this waltz mean farewell. There is so much, dear, to tell. Kiss me.
Going social in a rush, eh, Phil?
Social with a capital S. Listen, Ruth, you gotta climb, and I'm climbing. Oh, the old crowd was all right for a while, but I'm ahead of that now. I'm a big shot.
Don't let this waltz
Now listen to me, baby. We've been coming here every single night for the past 2 months. Ever since I've had this job. And you ain't danced with me once. How about it, huh?
Oh, Mac, I don't feel a lot like dancing.
Oh, I get it. You're still worried about big gas in the face, huh?
Oh, no. No, it isn't that.
Sure, I know. It's sort of stuffy in here, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I'm very comfortable.
But I'm terribly warm. Honest, I am. Maybe it's something I ate. Let's go over to Café de Paris. They say they have a swell floor show over there.
Oh, I like it here, Mac. It's nice.
I know it, but we've been coming here every single night. Let's go somewhere else for a change, will you?
Gee, you're a swell guy, Mac.
Shoot. Huh?
Oh, no. I don't know where he is, Mr. Norton. He said something about sitting up with a sick friend last night. Okay, if that's the way you feel about it.
Phil? Oh, Phil.
Well, just a little one if you insist.
Phil, wake up, will you? It's Patsy on the phone.
Tell him I don't want any.
Don't you understand? Patsy's on the phone. He said something about a broadcast you have to make.
Broadcast?
Come on, hurry up. Use this phone.
Well, what's the matter now?
Listen, Gabby, Norton just called. That transatlantic flyer is due at Curtis Field in an hour. What'd you do? Forget about it?
Transatlantic flyer?
That's Sir Geoffrey Burton, you sap. They sighted him near Boston a little while ago. I tell you, Norton's going crazy.
All right. Tell Norton to keep his shirt on. Listen, you meet me at the studio in 20 minutes, do you hear?
But you've got to be at Curtis Field.
Curtis Field, my eye. Meet me at the studio.
I don't want to come over the cluck. I told him Curtis Field. He tells me to meet him here.
Well, maybe the great Gabby's arranged for the plane to land in here. Are you dressed to go out last night or tonight?
I'll write you a letter. Tell Johnson to meet me in Studio E right away.
Well, isn't he in a sweet mood?
What's that sound like?
Just like a man being tossed through a window.
And here's your old friend, the great Garber, at Curtis Field. Just in time to greet that dauntless flyer, Sir Geoffrey Burton. It's a great feat, Sir Geoffrey, a great feat. I don't have to tell you that the entire world has been waiting with bated breath for this greeting and this announcement. And I'm proud to be the first to greet you here on your landing at Curtis Field and to assure you of the tremendous welcome that has been prepared.
Yes? There what? Oh, no, there must be some mistake. Good heavens.
I know that millions of people will be thrilled if you'd only say a few words, but I know, too, and I know they'll understand that after your grueling flight...
Why, you fool, you crazy fool, what are you doing?
Interviewing Sir Geoffrey Burton, Chief.
Why, you cheap trickster, you realize what you've done? You want to ruin us all?
What are you talking about, Roney? They wanted an interview, didn't they?
Sir Geoffrey Burton was killed when his plane crashed in Hartford 20 minutes ago.
Listen, Gabby, you can't do this. Pull yourself together. Suppose you ain't on the radio anymore. There are a million other rackets, ain't there? Drinking yourself to death. How long do you think you're going to last? You pulled a boner, so what? Guys have made mistakes before. Why, even I make mistakes.
I told you I didn't want to listen. Now get out. Get out. Get out!
Hello?
Why, Patsy. Well, what is it?
Did you ever hear of pink elephants?
Why?
Gabby's room is full of them.
Oh, you're seeing things, Patsy.
I'm not, but Gabby is. Listen, Barbara, you got to do something. Honest, the fellow's drinking himself to death.
Well, I'm not interested. I don't want to hear anything about him. If he wants to drink himself to death, that's his department. I'm busy. Hello, Mac. This is Barbara.
Quick, crash your plane fire! Extra! Read about that big plane crash!
Oh, hello. Where's Sour Grapes? He's inside, but he won't see you. Who won't see who? Come on, honey.
Uh-oh. You've no time for that.
What do you mean? They found the transport that crashed. What transport? Never mind what transport. A passenger plane crashed in the Alleghenies. It's been lost for 12 hours. Well, they just located it a short while ago. It'll take them 2 days before they can reach it. What's that to me?
It's everything to you. Mac's got a great idea, and you've got to listen to it.
They don't know whether the people in that ship are dead or alive. They can't get to them, see? That's where you come in. We're going to put you in a plane with a broadcasting outfit, and you're going to fly over that wreck, you get it? Millions of people are waiting to find out what happened to the passengers in that plane, and you're going to tell them.
It's everything you need, Phil. It'll bring you back.
Bring me back from where?
All right. I'm signing off. He's all yours.
Where are you going, Mac?
I'm going out and kick an old lady. It's more fun.
The great Gabney, moping in a corner, hitting the booze to drown his sorrow. Just a dime novel hero. The great Gabney. The great windbag, rather. Oh, I knew you were all talk, all bluff, all chin music. But I didn't know you were yellow. I guess that completes you as the all-American bust. Oh, Phil, snap out of it. Don't you see what this means to you and to me? This is a chance for you, Phil. I've been on Norton's neck every day. I've told him not once, but a million times, that everybody's entitled to make one mistake. I told him about this. He's for it. He wants to give you another chance. Oh, Phil, you're not going to let us down now, are you?
Listen, honey, I'm just a lot of noise, and you know it. I've never been able to fool you. Oh, why do you bother about me?
Why do you think?
Well, is it yes or no? Yes.
So what good is it going to do you to be the best radio announcer in the cemetery? Suppose the plane cracks up. Still think you're a sap, doing this just for a day.
Listen, kid, for the first time in a long while, I know what I'm doing.
We'll be at the airport any minute now.
Transport is broken up at the bottom of a steep ravine, and we're too far above it to see whether anyone in the wreck is still alive. We've got to get closer before we can give you more details. But it's absolutely hopeless to attempt a landing, and it'll take at least 2 days for a rescue party to reach the wreck on foot. We're trying to get closer now.
Lower! Lower! I can't see a thing! But you gotta get closer, you sap! I can't see anything!
We can't go any lower. We'll crack up.
Then crack up. We've got to get lower. The pilot tells me we're as low as we can get, folks, but it isn't low enough. Half a dozen people are down in that wreck, and they may be dead or alive. I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
Sit down, you fool.
Get out, you kill yourself! Let's go! I'm jumping!
great bit of news, folks, but a great bit of news. The parachute opens. I'll be down beside that wreck any minute now. And it may interest you all to know that you're listening to the first broadcast ever made from a parachute.
I'm down, and plenty glad of it. I'm not more than 100 yards from the wreck. He knows I got a weak heart. Crazy fool.
The town crier. Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Wolcott speaking. Tonight, as one whose job is to comment on the news of the week, I must say something about this already famous exploit by Brother Gabney. Why, I know now how the human fly must have felt when his act was crabbed by a drunk in the onlooking crowd. The human fly was to scale a 50-story building, shinny up the flagpole, and from its pinnacle do a parachute jump to the ground. As a spectacle, this was somewhat marred by the fact that as the human fly climbed, a tipsy passerby followed close at his heels. In vain the expert would snarl, "Go back or you'll break your silly neck." The drunk would only answer, "I'll go anywhere you go." Finally, at the top of the flagpole, the human fly unhooked his parachute, said, "Well, so long, buddy. I'm leaving you," and started his slow descent to the ground. He hadn't gone far when the drunk shot past him through the air, his speed unimpeded by any such gadget as a parachute, hissing as he went by the one word, "Sissy." But why should I continue my petty lamentations when tonight at this station all is festivity? Even now in the next studio, great preparations are afoot, and I'm inclined to sign off and join the rest of you who are listening in.
Ain't gonna sin no more. Ain't gonna sin no more. I'll roll my eyes like the light, but I ain't gonna sin no more. Gonna throw one pair of loaded dice in the river right today. Gonna keep one pair just to pay the rent and to keep that big fat look away, but I ain't gonna sin no more. I ain't gonna sin no more. I'll kick the gong to get along, but I ain't gonna sin no more.
If you're feeling kind of blue, you're invited to a bit of heaven on Blue Sky Avenue.
Talking to myself every night, I tell you how much I adore you. But I'm talking to my...
How do you do, everybody? This is Tom Hanlon announcing the Trivers Livers Hour. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it has been my great honor to have been selected to broadcast an event of interest to every radio listener from the Atlantic to the Pacific. I am about to give you the details of the wedding ceremony of that peerless air reporter, Philip Gabney, and Miss Barbara Kelton, the charming program director of station WGAB. The wedding has just been solemnized by the Reverend Dr. Stephen Gale. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to bring to you once again a voice that you haven't heard in quite some time. Your old friend, the Greater Gabney.
Thank you, Tom. Hello, hello, hello. This is your old friend, Phil Gabney, about to kiss the world's most beautiful bride in the studios of station WGAB.
and not through the courtesy of Trevor's Livers.